Hi everyone, Greg Russ with you for another edition of the KTM Summer Grill here at speedcafe.com. Today's guest is a rising star of the sport who absolutely confirmed his arrival on the streets of Adelaide. Broc Feeney, welcome.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for having me back.
That's got to be one of the best career feelings in that kind of company. Big year, big shoes that you were trying to fill. Last ever race for Holden and Commodore. Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
No, it doesn't. It still doesn't feel right saying all that, but it's just the icing on the cake. It's been an awesome year looking back on it. But the one thing that was missing was the win. And honestly, there's Bathurst is a big one, but apart from that, I could not have picked a better race to do it, I don't think.
What was the reaction like from everyone? From, team, family?
It's pretty ecstatic. I mean, obviously Shane's had such a good year and the team's done so well, but I felt like we were all just missing that one win. So to finally get it means a lot, not just to myself, but as you said, my family have supported me since day one, as you know, and it's been an awesome ride. So yeah, it's not just me enjoying the celebrations at the moment. The family is having a good time.
Hectic race meeting, lots of great action for fans to enjoy. You're, trying to process the thought of, can I do this? Can I clinch this? Did you spare yourself a moment in the lead up to the finish and dare to think, I'm finally going to do this? Was there a moment where you, or not until you crossed the line?
No, I knew when I got out front after the safety car period and I was leading the way to the end, I knew I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a matter of not making mistakes. It was so easy to make mistakes out there with the stones offline. It was deadly, you know what I mean? You go half a tyre wide and you're in the fence, and we saw so many mistakes over the weekend. So I knew if I just hit my marks and did my thing, I could do it. I think it was about 12 laps to go. My engineer came over the radio and told me there was 12 laps to go. And at that point, I think I'd led for 25 laps or so, and I thought I had it pretty well under control. But yeah, there's no better feeling than coming out of the last corner. It was, as I said, it's probably the coolest experience of my whole life and the biggest moment of my life.
Some people that know the sport intimately have naturally drawn parallels with Jamie in the early phase of his career, and then separately, you think about a kid by the name of Broc, last ever race at Adelaide in a Holden Commodore. I mean, that's sort of fairy tale stuff, isn't it?
It is, and I'm the 50th winner as well, and a lot of people, if you reverse the 05 Broc, so pretty special. And any win is a great win, of course, but I as I said, I probably couldn't have picked a better race to do it. I left it very late in the season, but there's so much meaning behind that win, and I got to experience the full force. It's a big event, and to be the guy that gets to hold the trophy is pretty special.
How do you frame the rest of your year and the mindset you perhaps carried into Adelaide? Because the competitive side of you clearly wanted that first win and to get that under the belt. How did you approach Adelaide, and how did you feel about the rest of the year at that point?
Yeah, no, it's been a good year, and I think we were in sixth for the majority of the year. So the goal going into Adelaide was definitely to lock in sixth. I wanted to have a swing because I couldn't really go forward in championship, but I could probably only drop one or two spots. So my mentality going in was a bit different. And, I say I don't feel the pressure all year, but I rocked up to Adelaide and I was probably enjoying myself a little bit more. I don't feel like I feel the pressure, but when I rocked up to Adelaide, it was just a good fun weekend of going away racing. And, it turned out pretty damn good. But, on Saturday, we locked in sixth in the championship, so it was pretty set for Sunday. Dad was pretty much in my ear going, win it or win it, mate,
Was he?
Have a swing. So, last race of the year, last time in the cars, after, locking in six. Sunday was just about having a crack, for the shootout. J-Dub said to me, he's like, just go for it. He said, if you get a curb strike, you rubber fence, he said, I do not care, just have a swing, and the shootout lap set up the rest of the day.
Amazing support you've had from them all year. Take us into that world a little bit and how they've helped you in that first big year, and how massive the step was in your mind from development series from Super 2.
Yeah, no, it has been big. But yeah, I've been there for 2 years now. I think it was just over 2 years ago that we announced that I was joining Triple Eight, and it's been a wild ride. It feels like forever ago, but it's gone so quick. But I feel so a part of the team, feel so a part of the family, and we enjoy going away together. And I suppose the good thing is you become mates with them, you know what I mean? Like J-Dub at the start of the year, I didn't spend too much time with Shane or Jamie last year because they were on the road so much, but this year you become more like friends, and I feel like when that happens, you open up more and you get to know each other, you know, not just in the business side, but, you know, on a personal side as well. So it's not all the on-track stuff, it's the off-track, it's sorting everything out before you get to the race weekend, and they've been awesome.
New phase for the sport, moving into Gen 3, but how much will that confidence from Adelaide and what you've achieved, how much will that help you trade into that new phase of the sport? And then a part two to that question, if I can, now that you've had a win, what is the acceptable minimum for you for next year? What do you want?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, Gen 3 it's a bit of an unknown at the moment, and we can truly say that because we're the brand new cars, so we're all looking forward to it. We don't know what it's going to be like, you know. It seems exciting. We've all been a bit limited to how many laps we can do, so we're going to find out on January 30 what they're really like. But Newcastle's going to be wild. You can't pick who's going to win, who's going to come out strong. But yeah, to answer the second part, it does give me confidence for sure. I got the monkey off the back in the first year. I led the race for quite a lot of laps, and felt like it wasn't given to me that race, so I had to earn it a bit. So we'll see. I got out of the car in the heat of the moment. I'm like, oh, hopefully I can be a challenger next year, but we'll see. I think anyone's got a shot next year. It's going to come down to myself and Shane and working with the team to build a fast car, and I think at the moment it's anyone's game, so bring it on.
Can we tap into a little bit of the support framework? You mentioned your mum and dad before, the team and so on. Let's go beyond that, because you've had a great relationship with Paul Morris, things at Norwell. How much has that helped in the whole grand scheme of things as well?
Certainly wouldn't be here today without it. So
he's super proud, isn't he?
Oh, it's awesome. And yeah, I spoke to him on the phone on Sunday night, and he's over the moon. But it was a big weekend for us on the weekend, Declan winning the Super 2 Championship, and, you know, we sort of come up through Norwell together. But man, I can't thank those guys enough. You know, Paul taught me how to drive. I never drove a manual before I went to Paul's in, when was it, 2018. I rocked up in January, and he taught me how to drive a car for the first time. And yeah, 4 years later, so here I am. But it's been awesome, and got so much experience out of that. All of these opportunities opened up. You know, I met Roland out there. We were going away XL racing together, and that's where this whole relationship and this whole deal come together. So there's a lot more to it than just the driving. And at Norwell, it's just a big family with everyone.
Okay, couple to finish. How do you spend your summer? Do you stay like Shane, immersed in motorsport, or do you escape? And then, as we record here, you are about to go to Austria with the Red Bull family. Am I right, with Prince Jeffrey? Is that right?
Yeah, it's correct. So, today's Wednesday, and I'm leaving in 48 hours to go to Austria to go to the Red Bull Athlete Performance Centre. So excited. It's a quick turnaround. I still need to go buy warm clothes, and I do not have long to do it, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm there for about a week, so I think we got 4 days of training. We're at a Hangar 7. We'll have a look around, meet some people at HQ, but yeah, I'm excited to go over for sure. But when I get back, I'm pretty keen for a rest, so good on you. Yeah, no, looking forward to it. It's hard to switch the brain off though, especially after a win. You're pretty excited to keep going, but we'll try and switch off for a few weeks.
You're away. Congratulations.
Thanks,
on
mate.
That first win, and go get him in 23 and build on it.
Thanks very much.
There he is, Broc Feeney, joining us here at the KTM Summer Grill, and you can join us for another episode, another very special guest from the world of motorsport tomorrow. As a part of this year's Summer Grill, our great partner in KTM each week has a special prize pack to give away, which includes a stool, a stubby holder, and a KTM hat. Very cool additions for your man cave, your garage, or just for around the barbecue. To enter, all you've got to do is head to speedcafe.com or click on the link description below, and you could be in the running. And check out, of course, tomorrow's next edition of the KTM Summer Grill right here at speedcafe.com.